year ago, I was scrolling through social media when I saw this post from my friend Austin Netzley, who at the time was running a 7-figure business, and now I think he might even be up to 8 figures or multiple 7 figures at least. And it was really ironic because what it said was over the course of the last year, my daily average screen time on social media was less than 1 minute. Yet here he was posting on social media, and I would see him all around the internet promoting his business and marketing his brand, getting customers, bringing attention and awareness to what he's doing, yet he didn't personally spend any of his time on social media. That was pretty mind-blowing to me. I was like, wow, how? And at the time, you know, I'm spending so much time on social media. And so it really just sort of made me step back and say, whoa, like there's something here. This guy is doing something that other people aren't doing. And he was able to build his company up really quickly. I'm not exactly sure the numbers, but somewhere between 12 and 18 months, he was able to hit 7 figures. And I attribute that to his ability to stay focused and keep distraction at bay, i.e. social media. Do me a favor, just check your screen time right now on your phone and check and see how much time you have been spending on social media as a daily average. Let me know in the comments below. Around this time, I met this girl named Gloria, and Gloria was starting a van building company for people who wanted to do van life. And so I convinced her to basically let me borrow her van, one of her vans that she was building, and use it as a tool to do a digital detox, to do a dopamine detox, to reset my sort of relationship with technology.
So my name is Gloria. I am the founder and creator here at Lavender Moon Spaces. And this is our first model van, so I'm really excited that you get to experience it. What we do is convert vans and buses into luxurious and off-grid living spaces. So that's what we're up to. We got this model van going out this weekend to get a little test run from Kyle. And what we're gonna be doing moving forward is essentially duplicating this design for anyone else out there that wants to get their adventure lifestyle going.
I see this trend of van life like everywhere, and I love the concept of just not so much the van, but just getting into nature, disconnecting from technology. And so I'm combining these ideas of digital minimalism. Could you tell us a little bit about why people get into this thing and like what that whole craze is all about?
There's definitely a lot of people that can work remote, or that who are like moving into working remotely or want to work remotely, that are doing van life because they want to see the world. And when you're paying rent and living in a room, you're held back by a lot of things. You got furniture, you got roommates, you got bills. So a lot of people are moving into this because they want to experience more of life. Ultimately, people want a change of pace. And I think that's what this world is really craving, is something different. And I tell everyone, like, if you're thinking about it, you need to do it. Because if you don't do it, you're gonna look back and wish you always had. So that was what made me like really take that jump in the last part of it all.
So ironic, because I was actually having a conversation with one of my roommates, and I don't know how we got into this conversation, but it was around this trip that we had planned as sort of a house. And something that I said to him, I said, there is never a good time in life to go do that thing.
So true.
To buy that ticket, to ask that girl out, to whatever it is, to step forward. There's never a good time, and it's never going to be convenient. And I'm so grateful that Gloria was kind enough to lend me her van and to give me this experience. You guys should definitely go check out her channel. She does some epic van builds, and if you want to know anything about van life, she can be your go-to resource. So go check her out, and let's get into the trip. Yo, so I just made it to my destination. I'm in Malibu. I found a good spot on the coast. I'm just gonna decompress, I'm gonna read, and I'm gonna get ready for bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Oh, it's about 6:40 a.m. and I just woke up. Sun's not really up yet. It's just super foggy. All right, so I'm gonna check my Oura Ring score, and I'm gonna see how well I slept. I don't know if I slept very well. Okay, I didn't sleep great. I didn't get good deep sleep. Okay, I'm gonna do my morning routine now, and I'm gonna get started with my day. First is breath work, then meditation. Check this out. I set up these
some like a shirt and a blanket to basically cover this up. Another sweatshirt. Take this down, and we're here in the beautiful coastline of Southern California. Wow.
So the first night as I was driving up to Malibu, something that I noticed really quickly was how much my body was relaxing. Like viscerally, I could feel that every hour, progressively, I would get more and more calm. And my nervous system was just going from sympathetic to more parasympathetic. And I noticed that because I was sighing. I was like, like everything in my body was just turning down, and that little refrigerator hum of anxiety and stress that always seems to be there for me was starting to sort of just go away.
So I found this epic plane and a bunch of like missiles. Check that out. Harpoon. Huh. Kind of crazy the things that you find when you're just driving aimlessly. So basically I went to one campsite and they were full. So there was one other one that wasn't like right on the beach, but it's right across the street from the beach. So I'm gonna go get that campsite and then I can drive across and hang out at the beach for the day. I got my food already packed, so I'm gonna eat. Then I'm gonna do some reading, some hanging out, some relaxing, and yeah, chilling. Let's talk for a minute. My name's Kyle, or 𝐘𝐈𝐓𝐄, as some people know me online, and I make videos and tell stories for entrepreneurs and health and wellness companies. And the challenge that I really have too is, working in digital marketing and online media, sometimes I feel like I'm trapped. Sometimes I feel like there's no escape. And the saddest part about this is that I feel that our best ideas, our most original thoughts, come when we give them space. When your thoughts have space to breathe, that's where I believe creativity can really be born. Otherwise, we're just copying and replicating other people. And so I think it is a good practice for me to just step away, really check back in with myself and just think and be. So what I hope to get out of this experience is to make a clear structure for how I'm going to use social media and how I'm going to use technology, and start mapping out basically boundaries for myself so that I can be more intentional, more mindful with my consumption and my usage. Maybe I'll have a breakthrough, maybe I won't. That's not really what I'm counting on. What I'm counting on is just spending some quality time with myself. This has definitely been an interesting experience thus far, and I'm just excited that I now have a campground. The sun is finally coming out, it's getting warmer. Yeah, I'm all set up, ready to enjoy this nature. What I started thinking is like, if Austin did this, why can't I? And what systems do I need to set up and create to spend less time on social media? And I think my goal going forward after this trip is going to be 20 minutes or less on social media per day. And so what I decided to do was I wrote out the entire system that I'm going to create. And I'm going to create this system, and it's going to be processes and checklists and training videos that I can then use to delegate to my social media manager or my assistant, so that way I can pull myself out of social media while still being able to use it and use it as a function to grow my business.
What's crazy is it's about a year later and I've actually built all these systems and I've put people into my business to run these systems. And if I really wanted to, I could really pull myself out, and to some degree I have, but for whatever reason, I find myself keep getting sucked back in. And after my recent discovery about being diagnosed with ADHD, which if you haven't seen the video that I did about Wellness District LA, I talk about how I had my brain scanned and I had this big realization of sort of how my brain works. So I thought it would be more important now than ever to sort of readdress this and bring this back to the surface so I can put some tighter boundaries around my usage and consumption to protect my mental health, but also help me train my focus muscle, which is something I struggle with dearly. The target that I originally came up with was 20 minutes a day. So that gives me time to go respond to comments and to go check in on people, see what my friends are doing, maybe watch a video or two of other content creators so I can go support them and get inspired. And I feel like that's a healthy amount. And if it's done proactively, then I'm being intentional with my consumption. In addition to that, I want to go into my analytics twice a month to see what's working, what's not working, what direction do I want to take the channel in, how are videos performing, etc., etc. And last but not least, once a month I want to do like a deep dive where I'm doing research and I'm looking at other videos and I'm kind of getting a lay of the land for what I'm going to do for the next month or two worth of content so that I can have a game plan going forward. Think of it as sort of like a research day. So one of the most powerful systems that I built during this process over the course of the last year was something called the daily brief. This is something that my assistant sends me every single morning, which basically has all my metrics and all my analytics, all my messages, all communication aggregated into one place. So my YouTube comments, my Facebook comments, my notifications from Instagram, my emails, my YouTube analytics, and all my sales and revenue from my affiliate partners that I'm working with. And so in the morning, I can get a quick snapshot of my business, basically see, okay, how are things doing? Who's trying to get in touch with me? And then at the end of the day, proactively, I can go in and respond to them versus living in reaction mode. If you're interested in getting a daily brief for yourself, just comment below daily brief. And in my next video about systems thinking, I will make a template for the daily brief that you can get and download and you can start using for your business as well so you can protect your attention. When I pulled up to the beach, I was just looking at the ocean, and something I noticed as I opened up the doors of the van was I could see these dolphins in the distance.
There's just a pod of dolphins like literally swimming out there. Oh my God, there's so many of them. Oh, okay, hold on. Taking up the drone. Yo, I got a little bit of footage of the dolphins. A little bit. We got a little bit. I'm happy about that.
Man, I would have missed this moment if I was behind my phone. I would have not been looking out into the horizon. I would have not seen the dolphins. And I just think about, how often and how much is that happening to us right now because we're spending so much time behind the computer and behind the phone when there's so much world to see, there's so much nature, there's so many people to meet, there's so many things to do, there's so many hobbies to pick up, there's so many businesses to build. But what is not happening because we are on social media?
So I've been chilling now for about an hour or two, and I feel really good. I feel super calm. I feel so relaxed. And the longer I go in nature and being disconnected, the better I'm feeling. And I've just been writing and listening to an audiobook and yeah, really not doing anything. Except just laying here. And number one thing that I noticed is just a really strong sense of peace. Just very tranquil. The second thing is that time has slowed down a lot. So usually during a work day when I'm spending a lot of time behind the computer or on my phone, things happen really fast and it seems to go by pretty quickly and the days are really short. Today feels like forever. Like this day just keeps getting longer and longer and longer. It's about 3 o'clock right now and still a lot of day left. And I've been laying here for a while now, so I'm gonna go for a walk while I still have some daylight. And I'm gonna go explore and go walk around in nature and then probably hit the beach for sunset. gonna clean this place up. I'm gonna do my morning routine, gonna meditate, do some breath work. Then I think I'm gonna pack up and then start heading back down the coast. I made it back and I'm here with Gloria. What I learned on this trip is that, as I initially believed, the power of disconnecting, the power of getting off social media, of getting off technology, really struck me as an essential part of modern day existence. Because we're so connected, because we're so in tune with everything and everyone at all times, it is really, really important for us to take time for ourselves, to take time away from everyone, away from everything, just to be with ourselves. Doesn't mean we have to do anything, doesn't mean we have to have any type of awe-inspiring breakthrough, just for the sake of learning more about who we are, what we want, and how we think, without any inputs or external forces influencing our behavior or our thoughts. And so, Gloria, I just want to say thank you so much for giving me the van, and for anyone who's interested in van life, what do you want to tell them, and what would you share with them right now?
Well, I would say number one, I tell anyone that's ever interested or ever asking me, always go for it. Because if there's a reason that you're asking me about it, there's something pulling you to explore it. So I always tell people to go for it. Worst case scenario, you invest in a van, it's not for you, and you sell it, make all your money back. So that's the main thing that I like to share with people, because I'm all about just like going for it and living the life of your dreams. And I feel like vans, especially in Southern California, are such a great avenue for that, because these stealth style vans you can basically take anywhere. So whatever your lifestyle is, if you want to be full-time or if you want to be weekend and you're feeling that pull, I say go for it. And if you're looking for an off-grid and luxurious experience, that's why we're here.
Let me know what your relationship is like with social media and what you've done to create boundaries around your phone, around your consumption. I'd love to know what's worked and what hasn't worked. Put it in the comments below so that we can start a discussion around this. Don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're not already, consider subscribing. And if you like this video, then you're definitely gonna like the one on systems thinking that I'm working on right now. I will link it up in the description when it goes live, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.